Hi guys, Andre the Giant here. Today I wanted to talk about this immense design flaw in the 9100FX. If you watched my video I made about it, you'll know that about a month ago I ordered the Speedglas 9100FX Adflow, the heavy duty version, which comes in at about $2,500. I was really happy with it right up until a couple days ago when the ratchet just completely fell apart. So as I mentioned, the knob on the ratchet came off and that left this little gear. But as I opened it up further, I could see, you see those teeth on the bottom there? They are absolutely completely mangled. And that was preventing me from screwing this on my head. And keep in mind, that is 1 month of moderate use on a product that comes in close to $3,000. This design flaw is completely unacceptable. It's absurd to think that those tiny little teeth made out of some really cheap plastic are holding up the entire hood. In comparison, I've used my Viking 3350, a welding helmet that comes in at less than half of the cost of just the welding helmet alone, for years daily, and it still is completely fine. I do understand that if I shipped this entire thing back to them, they probably would have fixed the issue, but it would have taken weeks, and I really need this within a couple of days. So because of that, I had to spend $75 of my own money on these replacement ratchets. So that's it, right? Well, not quite. There's some other major frustrations I have with this as well. Probably my main frustration with this one is, even though this elastic prevents the welding fumes and grinding dust from getting underneath the welding hood under your chin, they still can get up through here. And you end up breathing a lot of the dust that this should filter out, which makes no sense because there is no protection up here. It just goes right into the welding hood. On top of this, sometimes my Adflow would randomly turn off while I was wearing it, or it turned on while it was stored in my bag, which is immensely frustrating as it wastes the battery. And also the holder for the end of the belt is far too close to the clasp. I'll show you what I mean. See, there's probably only an inch or two of gap between these, leaving all of this to just hang out. And that is incredibly frustrating and frankly dangerous if you're trying to work in a machining shop. What I've seen most of the guys at my work do is put a zip tie around here, and that still pins it about there, but you still have all of this that's just free to get caught in machine. So Speedglas, as a customer who spends close to $3,000 at your store just so I can get a product to protect my lungs, I met in the first month with an issue that causes this to be completely unusable. Because of this, I'm forced to risk my health because of your product. Not to mention, for a product that's meant to protect my lungs, it still allows dust and fumes up in the top there, so I'm breathing it in anyway. And aside from the helmet, the Adflow system comes both with a terrible clasping system for the belt, and the size holes you have on the belt mean that this can't be used by a large portion of the population. I'm a big guy and I frequently find myself on the second smallest hole on your belt. So what do you have to say to that, Speedglas?